Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's time for some more of the Khalsa Raj. I'm your host, Calvin, and I hope you're all doing well today. So, elected bureaucrats, I think, is the next law I want to push through. Yeah. It's always a good call, I think. I say, staring at my bureaucracy. I've also noticed that we have actually done an excellent job at depeasanting in a lot of places. Like, we're actually gainfully employed, outnumbering our peasants nearly 3-1. So we're going to have to start changing some things for sure. Two boilers, two. Yeah. Water tube, nope. And never pop. Yeah. Those are never profitable. Munitions plants can make explosive shells. The farms can start using harvesting tools for sure. Alright. Mutually beneficial. I'll take international exchange standards, sure. Alright. And I might even start rolling out railway usage where I can. It might actually just be everywhere. Okay, works for me. I don't think it's going to be worth it to roll out rail transit for a while on a lot of these, but we'll see. Like, if anything, it's going to require me to get, pump jacks and have all that rolled out. But yeah. Okay. Well, that got rid of 500,000 jobs by the looks of it. It's a start, but it's not much. I guess there's still some more to do, right? I always forget about these down here. So first off, actually, hold on, yeah. I'm not on dynamite everywhere, am I? Just need to check real quick. Okay, yeah, not everywhere. Very good. Yeah, the mines are usually kind of a good place to get transit going. Additional urban buildings, though. Oh, my water tube, yeah. Actually, that was so high. Rotary valve. Holy shit. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I don't think any of the ones I looked at here would be profitable. No, you can still do rotary valve. Nice. I know this isn't profitable. That's fine. How about you guys? Yeah, not quite. But not too far off either. Alright. So yeah, we managed to unemploy a couple. But not many. It's a start, but we've got a long way to go. The good news is, as I said, we are actually producing a boatload of engines, and I'm very happy to see that. You know? They're all being, as far as I can tell, pretty much just built for export, which is fine. The fact that I'll just be able to switch over to automatic irrigation without, any problem is just so huge. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I was going to say we need maybe a few more. Well. Yeah. Getting enough paper is also hard. Apparently for the world over. Yeah. I mean, our sulfur mines are doing their best. But we seem to just have a lack of sulfur in general. Okay. Let's maybe... or is it under finance that I said it? I forget, where do I set my interest rate? Or, no, it's definitely in here somewhere. Like I said, trying to find the buttons I have to click can be half of the struggle of playing this mod. Yeah, monetary policy adjustment. Let's get minor inflation going. Because like I said, I don't really want much deflation if I can avoid it. In fact, ideally 0. So just to help, I'll put in 1% monetary policy. At least I think I will. Should be like on a monthly basis, I think, so just wait. Alright. There's a wire shortage. That doesn't shock me too much. Because there's no wires. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, I guess I can't even... Right. No, I'm still not even at electromagnetism yet. So... It'll be a while. To be fair, the rate I'm getting this military research at is pretty good. So, hard to complain. Alright, we now have elected bureaucrats. Set to no monetary policy. Good. There's an extra 1%. Skew a little more towards the inflation. Alright. Got our rulers imposing. He's also absolute garbage, so I'm probably just going to throw him from the fucking throne the moment this guy's of age. Yeah. Alright. The reform socialists are at 1.7. Damn. Yeah. Extremist. Yeah, we got problems. Alright. Good. Education reached level 3 finally. And importantly, I can go up to level 5 with it too. Hell, I can get another level of the labor board. Hell, maybe I can get, you know, a lot more. Although, I was going to say, we are likely to need the expansion of government administrations throughout the country as a result of this. Hold on, yeah, tax capacity, you're good. -8. -12. Sure. I was gonna say, these should be fine. I've way overbuilt bureaucracy in these. Not by much, though. Alright, that should be it. That's all the taxation capacity I'll need. But that should be enough. It's only 500 per level. So, like, I have options. Like, if I go up to level 6 Home Affairs here, that's gonna be pretty solid. Oh, God. That would be potentially very helpful. -60% populist movement attraction. Yeah. Strength and wealth. No thanks. Yeah, we're kind of at more or less the most of what I want. I'm going to fire our education minister. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, we've got a bunch of experts I can put in. Which... just reappointed him. Seriously? Yeah. Unfortunately, he's an opium addict. Apparently it does not quite work. He counts as an expert, but he's not quite. Oh, good. Steam donkeys. So, that might help our minds a bit more. Yeah, we have engines, so, like... for our... hold on. Logging camps? Did I ever update you guys? Because I think, yeah, you guys can definitely afford it. There. Uh-oh. Alright, we've reached developed country. Alright. Well, we're a developed nation, everyone, and the French and British are fighting again. They have not stopped. And to be fair to France, it has successfully pushed the British Empire to its knees. Well, all it'll take is one more battle. Oh. Will they hold? And also simultaneously counterattack? Oh my. It looks like the French will hold. The French hold for the moment, and in fact do go on the offensive. Impressive. Sector Class Parties is continuing to time out. Nice. Alright. So, I guess it's probably about time I just up the police institution. Yeah. I don't know if I want a minister as part of the problem. It's like universal pop strength reduction at 4% per thing. Lord. Yeah, might as well. Minus 0.3 political rigidity change. Like, that will... Well, I guess, yeah, we get plus... the base value is 0.25. Okay. Fair enough. It's actually kind of terrifying. We could end up having negative political rigidity change rate. Maybe there are alternatives, you know? Oh, holy shit. Secret police grants +2 to max media regulation. Okay. Hang on. Because there's the economic affairs thing, right? And I'm like, hold on, is there anywhere I can... Yeah, as far as I know... The only one that gets us more is command economy at +3. So I feel like I'm still missing an institution level somewhere, but I don't know where. It's tough to say. Let's see, progressive taxes, nope. We'd get a hell of a bump to it as well. Alright. But yeah, for now the anarchists are at least still held back. How's our currency doing? Just need to check in on that. 1.32, that's okay. Yeah, things are getting a little expensive and heated. That's fine. Threshing machine, damn, that's like the worst tech. We're thankfully getting through most of them though. Pump jacks would just be so huge. Alright, how are we doing on the... Hold on. Did the minister level actually take effect yet? Yeah, no, it didn't. So hold on. Donate to fire education. And I think I need to maybe wait a month. We'll see. But I feel like it should reduce the level to 4. Maybe not. Either way, appoint some guy who's hopefully different than the last one. And see what happens. No. Oh my god. There's a modifier from this institution. What the hell? They're telling me he is also a fucking opium addict and can't apparently. Although it's good to note that I can actually promote people to take over interest groups internally. You know, that's good to note. But apparently I can't friggin' do anything with that. Anyway, we got through the worst of, or the best of, I guess I should say. Oh yeah. Sure. See what you can do. I doubt you'll be able to exist, but hey, you're welcome to try. Okay. Need to have a little push into Gujarat here, since we are getting our infamy reduction slowly ticking through. Don't want to hit 0. Alright. But yeah, hypothetically, the suffrage institution. Nah, really shouldn't. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. You should probably get promoted. And I'll see about getting you another guy. Yeah. We have a decent number of opium addicts. It's a bit of a problem. Alright. So an obligation for 5 years. Alright, well, we reached education to 4, labor board to 6. Achievement unlocked, Poppy Doc. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna try and actually get our literacy to rise. It's tough. Should have modernized, right? There's nothing I can really need off of you. Jingoism, yeah. Alright. The good news is we are starting to get law enforcement up at least. So, I'm hopeful that will help. I'm not sure about increasing our home affairs, but... No, you know what, it's fine. Let's do it. Minus 0.3 rigidity isn't actually that big of an issue once we have law enforcement increased. You know, because law enforcement's going to give us plus 0.5. If anything, I think it's kind of required to balance it out. Let's perform economic liberalization some more. Alright. And we definitely have a ton of potential construction. Although tough to say, I don't really need it. Oh yeah, you guys also need the steam donkey down there. Oops. Explosives are hard to come by. The lack of sulfur is a bit of a problem. Alright. Sure. Even with all that, I don't think the fascists are actually going to be able to appear. No, that's fine. Alright. Jacks. Good. God, I need those. Our economy will flourish. Alright. I think it's also about time I actually modernize and build the army. You know? I think I'm just going to disband all but one army, as I usually do for modernization procedures. Okay. Let's get everything modernized. Remove the cavalry component at this point. Alright. And, alright, that gets me 72 to 13. So we're at 63. So 70, 80, 90. One too many. Hang on, I can only cancel it here. One too many. There we go. Alright, so this will construct us a 200 strength modern force for offense. Alright. Yeah. I'm really debating. I think I have to hit Persia. There's just no other way. I need access to resources. Resources I simply do not have. There's like Australia and South Africa. Law enforcement 2. Increasing law enforcement does actually speed up the rate at which, like, our institutions will change, which is pretty handy. Yeah, we can get a reduced loan interest rate. Oh, we have A credit rating. Nice. I don't know, what is our actual loan interest rate these days? Oh. Honestly, not bad. Yeah, because here's the thing. 4.7. It was 50% from great power. 5% from each bank. Okay. We don't get a benefit from laissez-faire, though. So fair enough. An anti-corruption drive. Like, maybe? I need my political rigidity to be above 43 before I could attempt that. But I'm not against it. Anti-corruption drive will just weaken an institutional group in government. I think it targets the strongest, it said, so business interests in this case. It weakens them and makes everyone in the country a little bit more loyal. Which is pretty nice. Alright. 3 months until the army is built. Training may still take a while, but that's fine. Just to confirm, I have modern training selected. I do. Good. Jus coal. Yeah, I should also consider things like ships. Although, being blunt here, we do have the ironclads. But alas, not yet the Monitor. Alright. So I think I actually just get rid of the frigates. Actually, screw it. Get rid of the man of wars too. Just disband the empty fleet. Alright. And to start by recruiting 50 ironclads there. That'd be good. We're going to need a commander. I do like Convoy Raider. Yeah. So yeah, keep constructing and building a military force. Okay. So I'm trying to think. I can get minus 15% from banks if I founded additional banks. I don't think I can get free loans though. But it's not bad. I don't think any additional techs will help with that. Yeah, there's like the hard loan interest rate reductions, but even that just will not help. Oh, there's minus 5% there. So if I could secure one more bank or something, we'd be in pretty good shape. The Doctrine of Ion and Steam. Okay. Yeah. Still working on the pump jacks. But to be fair, pump jacks are worth. Alright. Wow, this is laggy as all hell. Okay, let's maybe pause here so I can continue to promote people. And then try and get through this horrible lag spike we have. Yeah, Lord knows we're going to need steamers. Which, actually... yeah, start producing steel hulls. Okay, good. Alright. good stuff. Oh man. It's gonna be hilarious if Karnatak falls again. Yeah, Britain's actually getting pieced out. Alright. Wow. It's not great, is it? But at least the EIC will be spared some pain. Supposedly Egypt may side with the enemy. That'd be hilarious if they did. We'll see. GDP is doing quite well. Yeah, in 7 months when pump jacks hits, we're pretty set. Man, you all kind of just suck, huh? Oh well. But yeah, now if Egypt joins in, because I think that forces Oman in, that would allow me to take Omani Hormuz. Of course. Start there then. We'll also humiliate Egypt, I suppose. Oh yeah, wait, I was kind of worried about getting them to back down, but I think it has made it worse. Alright. Yeah, Russian troops are on their way. I mean, our local forces are probably sufficient. Like I say, for posterity's sake, I'm gonna, you know, have our conscripts at least exist on paper. Alright. On that note, you guys aren't on a Jus Coal or anything, are you? I can tell by your shitty training rate, yeah. Alright. We got the threshing machine. What'll it be? Alright, I'm happy with electromagnetism. That's good. Trade privileges, no. Anyway, we kind of have them completely outnumbered. Unfortunately, we still haven't figured out how to make small metal ships yet. So our navy is kind of garbage. It's not the only issue, but we're getting there. I mean, they'd at least, in their current state, are comparable to Man of Wars. Well, once they actually have their organization, anyway. Okay, lots more steel. Yeah, we'll see how things goes. Finland's already in default, 10 out of 10. But yeah, first battle. We have them decently outnumbered. Okay, that should hold just fine. I hope. Alright. It may still take some time for Navy to come online. But we are climbing the ranks of great power status. We were 7th, now we are 6th. Soon perhaps even 5th, 4th, and so on. There's still a way to go though. Heck of a ways to go. Alright. Political rigidity decreased by 5. How are we doing on that? Yeah, okay. Conservatives are heading towards a sweeping vote. 49%. Yeah, liberals are losing pretty big. No. Alright. Yeah, now we're absolutely crushing them. How many members of the trade union are there? 2.1 million, so not that many. In like the grand scheme of our country's population. Okay. But this, part of that is because a large amount of our country is, you know, politically uncommitted. Alright. You should be, with any luck, kind of strong enough to just blockade them here. Luckily, we kind of have monitors coming in as well. Give monitors a helping hand. And then head over there. Alright, we actually got electromagnetism. Thank God. Bread, butter, ballot. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh god, you have some ironclads. Yeah, we're screwed. Good news. Good news, though. Okay, you're on photographic already. The good news is in rural. The good news is our GDP is now going to go through the roof. Ish, anyway. Even it's not sure right now. For the moment, horribly expensive. But it'll sort shit out. Let's hope they do not decide the election. Apparently you're holding. Alright, move on to the next front. Yeah. They're pushing in there. Oh god. Why are you 394 out of 200? The only way that makes sense is if for some reason the conscripts are raised. Alright, somehow the conscripts got raised, so that's unfortunate. Yee. We don't have to answer that one. Alright. Alright. Get ready and build 50 ships there immediately, since we do have the monitors. Alright, we're getting electrical generation, good. Naval invasion in Gujarat, yeah, good luck with that. This shallow draft sleep. Alright, Gujarat has fallen. Alright, you guys are fully recruited. One more week for the monitors. Socialism and nationalism. By all means. 23% of the vote, nice. They got more than the liberal selection, jeez. Yeah, not bad. So, yeah, 32 to 44. Woof. This is why I'm desperately trying to get law enforcement up. Because if I were to even go down here, like, minus 20 political rigidity target, I don't think we can even handle that. Yeah. As long as the paternal conservatives and national liberals are united, like they do form a government. So we'll see how that goes. Alright. Well, we've got a couple light ships helping out now as well. But yeah, currently it's contested. Try and intercept what we can here. And we're probably going to prepare for landing in Egypt, since I don't think Egypt will give in, because I did put humiliate on them. Which was definitely a mistake on my part, but mostly irrelevant. Yeah, they're actually going to be successful, annoyingly enough. Alright. I'm down to the Bombay HQ so I can deploy you. But yeah, our first naval showing was not great, that's for sure. And the Russians are apparently also vaguely incapable. Alright, law enforcement 4. It's only 41 weeks now to get it up, which is pretty good. Alright. Yeah, God. So, universal suffrage. 5 political rigidity is reduced pretty much no matter what I set the voting threshold to. Alright. Fair enough, I suppose. Oh shit. Victory. Did not expect that. Alright. Keep recruiting the Navy, I guess. At some point I'll be able to split the army in half, send them over, and probably actually body the Egyptians pretty hard. I mean, we are about to finish tier 3 as well. So, concepts such as trench works might be a good idea. At which point then we can land in Eritrea. Alright. At any rate, continue marching in. And occupying or rightly annexing various little states. Incorporate Agra. Good. Alright, because I don't know, how are we actually doing on society tech? We are done the T3s. Political agitation is spreading. Perfect. See, that means multilateral alliances is on the table. And we are undergoing, like, the military modernization that I wanted to during this time period, so that's good. As we are still owe an obligation, can't attack the EIC for another 3 years. But hopefully, you know, we can get through these techs fairly quickly. Alright. Well, 200 troops is nice and all, it also won't be enough. Well, at least probably not. Yeah, Britain has 300. So we'll need a second army. But that's child's play in the grand scheme of things. Could do an anti-corruption drive. Oh wow, we could do women's suffrage. So women's suffrage, I don't know what it will do, but it will change. Well, the birth rate's not really a big deal. Also, wow, we're heading for 1 billion GDP. Yeah, let's push through women's suffrage. Yeah, the legislature is close. From low approval. Okay. The trade unionists are the deciding factor here. Yeah. That'll be enough to force it through. Yeah, you guys can be as angry as you want. I don't really care. Shockingly, I don't know if that's ever going to be enough for a general strike. On a side note, how's our labor consciousness? It's 1 billion. Got it. Yeah, if home affairs reaches 6, we're sitting at like minus 90. It's possible to get labor consciousness to 0, which might be enough to put an end to the friggin' anarchists. The communists are also significant. Sure. It doesn't really matter who gets the credit. Billion GDP. Oh no, it would require everything. Alright. Not bad. Currency's getting stronger. Still weak, but not as weak as it could be for sure. Standard of living climbing rapidly. Alright. We're number 2 in the world, behind only Russia for GDP now. Alright, home affairs 4. So yeah. I'm actually wondering, because even if we do have like 400, multiplied by negative 60 is starting to get us back down towards 100. You know? Alright. But yeah, we're slowly but steadily building it all together, which is nice. Alright. Yeah, so far 35 ships. Egypt can still definitely resist, which is unfortunate. But there's a lull in the storm for now, so I'm assuming at this point we've already constructed a battery factory and stuff somewhere. Or at least I hope we have. But just to make sure, I am going to construct an electronics industry, and I think unfortunately something else maybe down here. No, that's just the munitions plants down there. Okay. Yeah, and a battery plant. Gotta make sure that those are built. Our power plants need them. The good news is we've also managed to get women's suffrage through. Yeah, it gets another point of the suffrage institution as well. I guess I point you. Yeah, that would give us minus 30% labor consciousness target. Uh-oh. Health system reduced to 4 because a guy died, I guess. Put that back up to 5 as quick as we can. Labor board guy also down. Okay. And yeah, you know what? Let's get law enforcement guy. I'm gonna fire you. Appoint you to Home Affairs. Oh, you're not quite as good. That's unfortunate. Alright, and education to 6. Hey, that's good. Alright, there we go. Not too shabby. So here's the real question. How does the suffrage institution change with that now? Dependence, enfranchisement. Fair enough. Oof. Yeah, minus 30 target political rigidity. Like, if I passed, you know, outlawed dissent and got media reg together, I could do that. It would also get me another outlet for labor consciousness. Which I am trying to do. Knock down a peg. Liberal consciousness has finally reached 100. But yeah, that might be a worthwhile cause. 42 boats here so far. Yeah, they're getting their stuff together. Capital ships and monitors are getting built. It may take some time, unfortunately. You know, navies weren't built overnight. That said, I think this is a good time for me to call the episode here. So thank you everyone for watching. I've been Everleos Kilvin. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, folks. Have a good night.